So the first thing you want to do when using Coggle is obviously go to the site and log in, www.coggle, that's C-O-G-G-L-E .it. And you'll see that once you get to the actual Coggle page, you're afforded a couple of options. I am already logged in, so let me go ahead and log out so you can see what this looks like fresh. You can sign up now. If you're already signed up, you can log in, and usually it's through Google, although you can't sign in. You can sign in using another account. So if you're going to sign up now, you could sign in with Google. Don't have a Google account, create a new account this way. Like I said, I already have a Coggle account, and I'm going to log in with my Google. And here we go. And the first thing I would like to show you is a shared, well, let's talk about first of all how to create a diagram. All right, so here's your create diagram. And say you're doing group work amongst, several children in groups. When I used Coggle last, it was for whole group. So you can ask them a thematic question. Click to edit title. Let's see. We can talk about, for instance, themes in their eyes or watching God. And the whole class could actually participate, and they would have to click here to make a branch, and then you can add text. You can also attach links to a website. You can put it in italics, you can use bold, you can upload an image. I will show you in a minute what that looks like. You can search for icons. It allows you to do various things. So, we could say one of the themes in the novel is coming of age. And then you can build another Coggle from that. Whoops, some things you do have to pay extra money for. So you can add branches and you can call them things. If you right click, it gives you several options. You could delete the branch, you can copy the branch and transplant it somewhere else, drag to transplant, add one, choose a style, you can put a comment. So there are so many things you can do. With that said, let me show you an example of a Coggle that was shared with me by the teacher I coached, and she actually had the kids show Janie's growth through her relationships. And if you've ever read the novel, you know Janie's relationship. The first one was with Logan Killicks, the second one was Jody Starks, and the third one is TK Venable. She asked the kids to give examples of how, through the text, Logan and Janie's relationship evolved, how that affected who she was. And you can see where she shared, I don't want to go through the names, I want them to maintain their privacy, but basically she assigned this, she created this Coggle, and she put Logan and Janie's relationship, and she shared it, which is what you would do right here. You would add people to join this Coggle, and she emailed all the students the link with that would be participating in that particular Coggle. If you go to this Coggle, she sent a link to them where they had to build on Joe and Janie's relationship. They were allowed to insert pictures, they had to provide textual evidence, and here are the students she invited to join this Coggle, and they were responsible for this. Other things you can, of course, do is download the Coggle. You can share it, which is what she did with me, which is why it's in my gallery. But you can download it, and you have a choice for how you want to present it, and you can actually print this out, save it, and this is what it looks like as a PDF document. And so the kids have something to show for it. They have something they can actually turn in. The other great thing about Coggle, and probably the thing I really, really enjoy the most, is that when you're looking at a Coggle, you can move it around and see the whole thing. And when the students are working, so all of these students who would actually be working on this, you can physically see each other working and adding information. There's also a comment and a chat button, so students can message each other and talk to one another. If you're in a classroom and you want to keep the noise levels down, this is how you can have them communicate with one another rather than, shouting across the classroom. And so there are a lot of things you can do to play with Coggle. And again, the greatest thing is that wheel. It allows you to create a link, to auto-arrange, to make comments, to add branches. In addition, you also have, there's a question button at the bottom that you cannot see on the screen, but this is what comes up. You have shortcuts. You can zoom, add text labels. It does so many things that it would take days to learn how to do everything. But your basic collaborative thing is that kids are engaged and they enjoy participating. The visual aspect of it makes it so appealing. And as long as you know about these things, you can easily play with it. And it is great for class time. Instead of standing in front of the class and lecturing, you have the students generate ideas and then you discuss these ideas. So, the live interaction really benefits them. And this is how you make a Coggle.